AGRI-FOOD.AI, the future sound of agriculture and food industry. The future is now.
Hello, here we are again with the sound of the future. Charlotte, be my digital twin. Could you?
Of course I can. On what purpose?
I am 6 inches tall, 12 pounds, planning a diet. What if I eat only 1,000 calories per day for a week? Could you model in a digital twin what happens to my body?
You will lose weight, but I need more input. Are you doing exercises also?
Yes, usually a 500 calories burning workout 3 times a week.
Okay, and how fast is your metabolism?
Pretty fast, I think, but I have no exact data.
That's the point. We need precise data to create an accurate model. Your digital twin must be identical to you, and then we can see the potential outcomes of different actions.
I have heard this before from János and Gergő. That's their invention, the money twin.
Yes. Want to know more? You can check it on our website, www.agri-food.ai, or hear it from the engineers. The IT brains in muddy boots arrive in a minute.
Okay, here we go. Hello everyone, this is AGRI-FOOD.AI. We are here to show, explain and discuss the future technologies of precision agriculture. Farmers, factories, logistic experts can gain big advantages from AI, IoT, machine learning, and our experts help to discover the new ways.
We ask everything and seek for answers until we find. And I, the AI, always find everything. Trust me.
On today's episode, we talk about honeybees, wildlife management, coffee cherries, and twins. First, we introduce a cutting-edge technology with endless possibilities, the digital twin. How can you find the optimal solution if you plan to modernize your whole factory, or only change the workflow or install a new production line? How could you figure out in advance if your idea works or not? And I bet you would if you could. And the good news, yes, you can. Meet Gergő Boromissza and János Vas, the IT brains in muddy boots.
Hi, this is János.
Gergő here.
The founders and souls of AGRI-FOOD.AI. They already offered solutions to partners like Tyson Foods, Syngenta, LifeCorp or Bonafarm. And here and now they share their knowledge with you. János, Gergő, welcome to the show. First, MoneyTwin is a technology for the food industry. You promise no less than the free exploration without financial constraints. Let's see how it can be possible. Gergő, what is a digital twin exactly?
Well, it's a hard question because anything can be a digital twin if you can simulate a process or even a plant or a machine. But to make it in some kind of perspective, a digital twin is a solution for data processing which comes from sensors, integrated sensors, into the plant or the machine, as I mentioned. And with the help of the digital twin, you can simulate and predict how this actual process working in real time, or testing it to find bottlenecks in the process or some malfunctions as well. So it's a quite good and it's an upcoming technology in the industry, especially in the food industry.
János, you have already used this technology. Could you give us some insights through the example of a real factory? It was a brewery, if I remember well.
Yes, it's a beer predictor for a brewery. We developed a model which can predict the alcohol volume if making smaller or bigger changes in the process. So final results will be perfect, the best taste, without brewing all variants.
And what are the stages leading to the complexity of MoneyTwin? First, you have to construct a digital replica of the factory, build in a lot of sensors, then the data coming in, and AI arranges the rest.
Let me intervene. I am not God.
Oh, we have reached the very point where AI needs help. What kind? Gergő, give us some insight, please. How can you build a digital twin from the data? and from what kind of data?
We are specializing in the temperature-based digital twin technology because in the food processing sector, temperature is involved in processing, heating or cooling or even freezing. But as we are cooking our food at home, they are doing in the plants the same way. So we have the expertise on various temperature sensors. We collect these data, adding the input and output information of the process. And with this information, we can build this kind of replica, what you mentioned.
And if I remember well, you mentioned that this technology can predict problems which can be seen in the future, but you can prevent them. How?
Yes, because you can track back everything to the temperature if we are talking about a temperature-based digital twin. Because if there's a change in the temperature in a particular part of the machine, which shouldn't be there, you can predict that upcoming malfunction or error in the system, so you can prevent, you can act before it happens actually.
It sounds great. My expectations are very high now. Is the price so high also, Janos?
Depends on your specific needs. So cheaper than building the all variations in reality and make tests on them. Stay digital and optimize your spendings even in innovation.
Okay, that's about MoneyTwin in this episode. More info on www.agri-food.ai. After so much information, let's grab a coffee. I am always embarrassed if Robusta or Arabica could be the best choice, and I hardly even know what is the difference. Please, Charlotte, give us some insight.
As you wish. Arabica coffee cherries are typically oval-shaped and contain two flat-sided beans. They are known for their smoother, sweeter flavor profile and higher acidity. Arabica cherries ripen gradually, turning from green to a deep red color when ready for harvest. Harvesting usually takes place between November and January in most coffee-growing regions. Robusta coffee cherries are more rounded in shape and have a straight groove running along one side containing a single rounded bean. They are characterized by a stronger, more bitter taste and higher caffeine content compared to Arabica. Robusta cherries ripen more quickly and uniformly, usually turning from green to a darker red color when ripe. Harvesting typically occurs between December and February.
Janos and Gergő are coffee fans and developed an app to help farmers and coffee mills. This is Maduro, which means matured, ripe in Spanish. Can machine vision be better at defining coffee cherry ripeness than the human eye? How?
I have to say that machine vision never be better than a human eye, but it can deliver the same result after time, so it can be more reliable.
So if you rely on Maduro, you will get the same results and you can trust it. When you rely on your worker's eye, it can be different day after day or worker by worker.
Yes, and just think about if you have to take a quality control for hours and workers bringing new and new batches, and you have to decide the exact quality of that batch, won't you be getting tired with red eyes like a coffee eyes? So I think the app is better.
Harvesting early brings underdeveloped flavor profile, increased acidity, spoil the enjoyment of the beverage. And how can your app prevent it? It's already harvested when you check the quality.
It cannot prevent it, but we can help the farmers to see the actual quality, and they can decide that what to do with the actual harvest batch, sending it to the premium or it's a commercial batch. So this is how we can raise the average quality of the harvest. But of course, by the end of the day, it's still on the farmer.
He has to decide. Maduro only helps.
Yes.
Okay, and now let's talk about bees. Have you heard about the declining bee population worldwide? The foraging fields are shrinking and the disease is decimating the hives. How can bees be protected and how many of them are in danger? Charlotte, please share data on beekeepers and the bee population in the USA.
The National Honey Board, NHB, estimates that there are approximately 115,000 to 125,000 beekeepers in the United States. There are approximately 1,600 commercial beekeeping operations in the United States, defined as those with 300 or more bee colonies. In 2022, there were approximately 2.67 million honeybee colonies in the United States, a slight decrease from the previous year. Commercial honeybee colonies fell by more than 30% from 1989 to 2008. U.S. bee populations are declining due to parasites, pesticides, habitat loss, disease, and more. These losses have critical implications for food production and ecosystem health. In spring 2022, more than 40% of all colonies were afflicted with varroa mites, a parasite that targets bees.
Gergő, János, here is the question. How can the decrease be stopped? You have an idea that could prevent the spread of diseases and habitat loss using the strengths of the beekeeper community. Gergő, please tell us about the bee map.
Good to mention the community because we need the beekeeper community to feed this solution with data because it relies on the given data by the beekeepers. Of course, we can enrich it with climate information or other satellite-based solutions such as tracking the blooming fields as well. So we can give the decision or help the beekeepers' decision-making process where to deploy their beehives. So this is, I think, how we can help them to maintain their hives' health as well.
And can you test in smaller markets than the USA? As far as I know, one of the biggest honey producer countries in the European Union, your home, Hungary, is open to this solution.
The Hungarian beekeeper community is big and facing all the problems as everywhere in Europe, in the United States or Australia. We are testing the pilots on small territories and go further bigger soon.
Okay, then more info and inquiry, www.agri-food.ai. And we still have a lot to discuss. Let's go to the wild. Wildlife surveillance cameras are widespread. They are used by hunters, hunter communities, and in wildlife management everywhere, but separately. Could you imagine how many advantages could be gained if these cameras were connected to a network? AGRI-FOOD.AI has this possibility, called Artemis. Numbers first. Please, Charlotte, find us the wildlife cameras and those who watch them. How popular is hunting in the US?
The latest statistics released by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service shows that 14.4 million hunters aged 16 and over contributed $45.2 billion to the economy in 2022. The survey found that 6% of the U.S. population hunted, and they spent a combined 241 million days afield last year. The survey put the total expenditures for wildlife-related recreation at $394.8 billion, which includes $144.6 billion for fishing and hunting.
So the American hunters community is huge. Compared to Europe, Hungary has 10 million citizens, Switzerland 8.7 million. And the numbers to dollars, how much is a hunter willing to pay for the best deer? Was the price higher if they could watch and choose the prey in advance via cameras? If I were involved in wildlife management, I would be very excited about Artemis. Gergő, please give us the most important bullet points about Artemis.
Well, just think about that. We bring an AI-based eye into the forest and you will know that exactly what is happening in your forests. So just think about that. You will have the information on the number of the mature wildlife or their offsprings as well. Are they healthy or not? So you will get the data what you have not right now.
And you can use this data for what? Making statistics? Find the best
and
deer?
decisions, how much feed you have to bring into the forest to feed the wildlife? Or is it a disease which is outbreak in the wild hogs or any kind of wildlife? So yes, you will have the information and make decisions to maintain your wildlife healthy.
János, let's look at the bigger picture. If we talk about not hunters only, how can Artemis be useful in wildlife management?
Of course, in wildlife management or in antler judging or estimate the wildlife population. Now it's a really hot topic between the Hungarian agricultural farmers and hunters, and even determine the age and the gender of the wildlife, and only your imagination sets the limits.
Wow.
If you have any questions or problems, don't hesitate to reach out. www.agri-food.ai.
And as last time, I have a lot more questions, and I'm sure you have also. Send us your questions, share your experiences, and we will turn them into podcasts where János and Gergő can give answers and offer solutions from the field of IT and AI technologies. Soon you can meet companies in our podcasts which are already on their way to the future, partners of AGRI-FOOD.AI, and they share their experiences with us. Keep up with the future. Stay with us. With us, the future is now. Meet us on the internet, www.agri-food.ai. Fill in the form on our website, and we are happy to answer as soon as possible. Send us your questions, share your experiences, and we will turn them into podcasts where János and Gergő can give answers and offer solutions from the field of IT and AI technologies. You can catch us on Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts, and on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel to receive notifications when a new episode is available. The AGRI-FOOD.AI podcast is the official release of AGRI-FOOD.AI. Host Anna Maronic, Sound Design 6. Recorded by Zoltán Mandácskó. Producer István Erdei and AGRI-FOOD.AI. This podcast was created by
Trip Visual, Trip Audio.